Okay, so for episode 2 of I'm probably gonna refer to it as the Dark Podcast, but episode 2 of the next series, okay, is still about going deeper into the aspects of the soul and the mind and the aura, the spirits within the mind, and as well as the Merkabah, and including the Avatar Hertz, um, and basically it'll break down the concepts that are going to be simplified and direct and to the point, but whenever it is, okay, or as it is actually. Anyways, the soul. Oh yeah, so you can visibly sense the aura around someone, and it appears as a ball of light. That ball of light is known as your chi, which is also referred to as in the elemental table as fire, because the soul is viewed as a ball of pure blue fire, okay, which is the hottest form of fire. But it's still warm, okay. It's like ice, but if it was fire, okay. That kind of ice, it burns, but it doesn't burn you, okay. It just burns within, okay. um so yeah, blue is the calmest, um so called, as what you may believe to be called color. Anyways, when you go into uh vibration, okay, so now you have radiation. So radiation, once again, is just a slower form of vibration, and when you take the vibe off of vibration, then you have ration, which is a ray of light. And then the D in radiation is due to the fact that it's a deeper form of radiation, so it's in a higher dimension, so it's not visible to the naked eyes, but it still exists as a form of light that can be seen within the higher dimensions, which is within the mind. So basically, when you deepen, because you're not technically going higher, there's no such thing as high and low, all things are within, um and they are not actually truly without, okay. um Everything is going deeper and deeper. So when you deepen your vibration, your frequency, and your tone, okay, um, as well as your radiation, it becomes stronger. So the pressure, the presence, the essence of your aura and your Merkabah becomes what you may call aware, and that awareness is basically activating your Merkabah, but that deepening is also strengthening your aura and creating more pressure. Okay, so it's condensing that light into darkness, which strengthens your aura. So the vibration, which it represents the darkness, as it condenses and condenses and condenses, it begins to kind of like overflow, and that overflow is known as your aura, and that field is known as your mind. But the essence of that field is known as your spirits, which is why it appears to have different, what you believe to be called, colors. Okay, they're not colors, they're just spectrums of light. Okay, and on each spectrum is a different vibration. So the higher in vibration, the what you believe to be called colors change. Okay, not even actually change, they just differ, because the emission of the light, it basically kind of, it goes into one another, so it's like a spiral. So the deeper it gets, the closer it gets to what your visible eyes, okay, your naked eyes may what you believe to be called darkness. Okay, so that's why the lighter colors, like red and yellow and all that stuff comes before like blue and violet and purple, because the closer you get into a higher frequency and vibration, and your tone, like your tonal pitch basically heightens, you can sense more things. So you're basically becoming more in tune with what's in the darkness, and you kind of transcend the realm of light or crystallization, a state of crystallization, which is what you're in when you are projecting your soul through your vessel, which once again you believe to be called your body. It's not. The reason why it's referred to you as a body is because it's another word for biofield. A biofield is an electromagnetic field, which is a field or an aura that contains your mind, your soul, and your spirit within it. Okay, so the essence of your the existence of your soul, the presence of it, is once again your aura, your chi, that fire, that blue fire that's burning, and as it burns, the heat, the radiation emits, and that overflow of darkness appears to be light. Okay, that's the radiation, the light, the expression of darkness in of itself. Okay, when darkness is in its pure form, it's not in an expression. It's just in its purest state. It is in a self impression. Okay, so it's just in a state of impression. Okay, not impression necessarily, but just in as a impression. Okay, which is, you can view it as the same thing as impression, but it's not projecting outwards, it's projecting inwards, because the deeper you go, there only is darkness, which is once again why the mind is the abyss. When you gaze into the abyss, what gazes back at you is yourself, and that is self, or your soul, basically, that fire. And what is within that abyss you find is your spirits, which is your light. Okay, so that light begins to shine back at you, and within that light is your soul, because your soul is surrounded by that light, which are your spirits, which are your ancestors, which are all one and the same thing. Okay, and that light begins to shine, and that's what you call the Hamza, the what the West believes to be called the evil eye and stuff like that, and the what New Age calls third eye, but really it's just your soul gazing back at you, okay, through your mind. Okay, so that's where you get the the so-called first eye chakra from. Once again, New Age calls it third eye. It's the same thing. You have multiple eyes, and each chakra is a ball of energy, which basically radiates through your organs and your glands, and which emits from your glands, which are within your organs, which once again aren't truly called organs. They're your orgone grids, which are your crystal grids, which your soul projects through your glands, which are your grids, to emit that ball of energy, okay, to project itself into existence within a lower dimension, or project itself while through your vessel within the lower dimensions, because it has to basically, in a sense, how would you put it, emits that light, okay, in order for it to be reflected by your vessel, which is a crystalline vessel, which is made out of crystals, yeah, so that it can be conscious within the lower dimension, okay, or be aware within the lower dimension. And your awareness is even greater. It's even actually not great. I'm not even gonna say greater, but deeper than you have yet to realize. But because of the way things that are going on within this planet currently, you may not realize it yet. And if you already have, then you know that the only difference between your awareness here and in the higher dimension is simply just perspective, perception, and awareness, period.